me, dog. I'm not updating YouTube unless I absolutely have to. So suck.
Oh, now,
Holy shit.
What?
now I'm getting something that's interesting.
Now I'm getting, yay, we're up.
Over the email.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Oh, we got the double fingers right when we started.
Damn it.
Dang. All I have to
Mark
say.
the quote is you see the double rainbow.
Double rainbow,
Well,
and I don't have my shot up. Okay.
I do really like that cat meme where it's just
It wouldn't be lagging out if we didn't have technical issues. So I mean, at least everyone can hear us. So that's a good thing.
Giving us the fingers right from the get go.
I know, right? The double fisted.
It knew. It sensed it.
So what I was saying before is that we have 5 viewers, and thank you for those five viewers, but we're about 25 short of my goal, or 35 short of my goal. So where are the 35 other people? Because I was advertising like a mother effer, and I hate marketing. So
go drop it in our school Discord. You know?
No,
I'm sure that would go over well.
The kids should the students should be working on their midterms as they're doing online stuff for us.
That is true.
So my students are doing about 15, 30, 60 panels, storyboards for the midterm. So
yeah, I hate that. Good luck
Focus
to you
on your
guys.
school.
All right, so let's go ahead and
What's up,
run
Jeff?
the intros again.
No.
No.
Here's the intro. Here's Oni. Here's Hero. Here's Soda. And I'm Chieftain.
Nailed
We're
it.
lagging out.
Badly.
And what we were discussing as we were kicking the stream in the balls is that Oni was actually talking about it. She's like, what is the deal with airline food? No, she was saying, what is the deal? let's just jump right into it.
I know what the deal is. I can read. I know what people are saying. I'm just wondering why I'm still seeing it if they said they weren't going to do it. When they said they were going to do that, 6 months ago? And literally no one cared. Actually, in fact, everyone flayed them alive, which was hilarious.
Well, I was going to say everyone cared because everybody that I talked to and watched and read said that the dislikes were important to them. And getting rid of them was fucking stupid.
And then came the meme of, if you take away our dislike button, we'll just spam in the comment section dislike. So
that's fine because that helps our algorithm. I mean,
a
person's algorithm. So here's a letter that we received from YouTube. So it's like, yeah, I can read, but did you get the actual email from YouTube?
No, because I'm not a fucking creator.
Right. So here's something that hopefully clarifies this for all of us, right? So, dear YouTube API developer, we would like to inform you your upcoming changes to the YouTube that will impact the data via the data API starting December 13th. So, a little more than a month. On November 10th, YouTube will be making the public dislike count private. Users will be able to dislike videos, and creators will still have access to dislike their accounts on their videos in the YouTube studio. It just won't be public. You can learn about more in the blog post. To make the dislike count private across the platform, we also will be removing public access to the dislike count via our API. Here are our details, and it says a discount field, and it talks about the algorithms and yada, yada, yada. So that's why you haven't seen it yet. They're implementing it December 13th. But yeah.
It just said the dislikes will be private as of November 10th.
Right. And what's today's date?
The 12th.
Okay. So they're a little behind. Maybe they're doing it maybe they're starting regionally.
Didn't clarify anything at all. Wow. Unless you have to update
Don't
your
make
YouTube.
Me fucking defend YouTube, Oni. Come on, man.
What?
No,
what?
I said, don't make me
defend, man.
Don't make me defend YouTube. Come on, man.
No. Everyone knows why they're doing it. So, no.
Yeah, everybody knows.
They waffle on everything. They did it with the whole YouTube Rewind. They did it with the dislike button twice, at least that I know of this year. They do it with anyone that they are politically aligned. And look, I have no problem with individuals affiliating themselves with whatever political viewpoints or people that they want to, affiliate themselves with. Welcome to America. It's the fact that you are a public company doing this and then lying, and we all know you're lying, but you're doing it anyways. And by the way, you're in cahoots with the other Silicon Valley people. Don't treat us like we're stupid. We know what's going on. It's not a conspiracy theory. It's called follow the money.
The aliens.
Hey, the aliens would be insulted by you saying that. Bigfoot has been working hard on that, yo.
Aliens are gonna have my hair all froed up.
Aliens.
You'll be able to punch your ass and take it out too.
They're basically turning YouTube into Twitter, only like button. I don't want a second Twitter, Chaos says.
So apparently, speaking of Twitter, they're making Twitter Blue, which is apparently a subscription service that you pay for. And the only plus I can think of is that it includes an edit feature.
That was something they announced about 6 months ago, if I recall correctly.
I guess it finally came out, and literally no one... I don't know if anyone's ever going to use it just to pay money just for the edit feature. But don't get me wrong, I'm sure it's useful. I don't have a Twitter, so I don't give a shit. But
thank God, like you don't need it. Believe me.
Right?
No shit. I don't need a lot of things. Why do you think I'm not on Facebook very often? Facebook's about to be yeeted off the planet, anyways. I don't need that shit. I have enough going on in my life that I can barely control as it is. Why would I need to go online and make it worse and give myself an existential crisis 10 times stronger than what I feel right now? I don't. And I think a lot of people who are having a lot of anxiety right now, having a lot of concerns and worries, if you are, take a step from the internet if at all possible. It could do you a lot. Thank you for coming to my TED.
Nova, I'm going to address that later with my 7-year-old nephew. I taught him how to aim and shoot in Destiny, and I'm scared now because he's. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Well, you did that to yourself.
No.
You have created your own monster.
He's got really good. He's 7 years old. Good hand-eye coordination. But yeah.
Yeah, no shit. Kids learn quick.
Yeah, he's an MMA. He's an MMA kid. So like he finishes first and second place in his age group.
Great.
I think he made one.
You're gonna ruin him.
One kid cry. He put him in a fucking arm bar and he made the kid cry.
Ooh.
No,
Tap
like
bars are dangerous.
No, like the second they strap it in, like he was already crying before he got there because he made a mistake. And my nephew like put him in the arm bar and he's like, "That's it, it's over. You're gonna like," because he's so strong. Like they put him in older divisions, so I'm like, but yeah,
happens that.
It's scary shit. But his hand-eye coordination's good.
I think maybe you should be a little bit more worried if his parents get him a Nerf gun. Then you'll have to sleep with one.
He already has one. Yeah, he got one for me from last year for Christmas.
Or
so you're the poor bastard that's gonna get capped.
Or nerfed.
Yeah, like we have. I don't know if you see behind me, but you see that shield over my poster there? That thing right there.
I do see that.
That's
barely
that I got from my parents because the nephews got a Nerf gun, and that was my protection.
Wow.
So,
God blessing of protection, baby.
Yeah, you're talking to a family that's like military and cop family. So, oh, by the way, guys, I just want to wish Hero.
You're speaking to, right?
I want to I want to wish Hero and Oni a belated Veterans Day and happy birthday to the Marines for Blacklight Oni.
Hang on.
For their services.
This is root beer, by the way. Totally.
She's celebrating with her non-alcoholic IBC root beer. My dad said something the other day, and I'm so glad you weren't here to say it, because they had the Marine Band go there, and like he said something to the effect that they're not real soldiers. I was like, they're not real. He said they're not real Marines, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh, whoa, hang on, whoa.
He was joking. I don't know which Marine band. It was the marching band.
That could. All of the bands march.
I didn't know that.
Here's the thing. We all do parades. It's just kind of what we do. Whether or not all of us march is, questionable. However, there are two bands in particular that have a little bit more weight behind them. One of them is the premier band, the President's Own. I have performed with some of them. I have seen them in concert. They are Marines through and through. They are professional musicians. They start off at a staff sergeant's pay, but I used to think they weren't until I met them, and then I'm like, oh no, they are Marines, because they do what they can with what they've gotten. They've been given gifts and skills in musicianship, but they do have hearts of Marines. They do look at us like we're the shit, and we're like, yeah, we're just Marines. We just happen to be able to play music pretty okay.
You don't need to explain it to me. He was just joking around.
But the other one is the Commandant's Own. The Commandant's Own is, as far as I'm aware of, a strictly drum and bugle corps style band. So, wish I could help, but they all march. So,
gotcha. Okay.
Actually, fun fact for President's Own, their ranks are actually special. They have the bars on top. They've got the rockers on the bottom, but instead of crossed rifles, they have a musical lyre in the center to denote that they are President's Own Marines, and they still get asked that all the time while they're at 8th and I.
Good to know.
They're all really, really great people. So highly recommend, if you ever get a chance to see the President's Own Marine Band, do it.
Do it now. Can someone in chat translate what Chaos just wrote? Because I don't understand the context of that.
By the time what we called outdated people up in leader positions are gone, we are the outdated. Okay, basically saying is by the time the old ass shitheads that are in government now are gone, we're going to be the old ass shitheads that are going to replace them, and we're going to have the same problem.
Oh, okay. See,
that's basically what he's saying.
We're fucking Gen Xers are coming into power. So,
what are coming into power?
Gen Xers, they're senior positions now. So, and there's less of us than the boomers, and there's less of us Gen Xers than there are of Xennials and Millennials.
I'm not going to.
Not that anybody cares. I'm just making a point, but
wouldn't that technically be a blessing? Because they keep saying we're overpopulated.
I don't know what they say.
I don't know. They also keep saying that we're, causing global warming.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
I'm just saying, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but this plays out a lot like Deus Ex, and it doesn't go well. By the way, hey, Eidos Montreal,
Ex Machina everything.
Better freaking work on that next Deus Ex game. Adam Jensen. I'm just saying, though. I like Adam with influenza.
When you watch a video on Friday, you'll see if a game is shit, Oni's going to call out that whole fucking company, the people who work there, and their kids. So you want to watch that video on Friday. It's fucking explosive. If not, watch that section of the Try Hard Award. It's like the third part. It's fucking gold. And there are some. It's funny because in that video, Oni in the edit, Oni cuts away to herself. Come at me, I fucking dare you. Is just gonna be there so many times.
Come at
It's
me,
gonna
bro.
be on a T-shirt. Come at me, I fucking dare you. With and her just doing this. It was pretty great when we were recording it, but I'm gonna drop a teaser on Wednesday. I couldn't do it today, guys, because I was feeling under the weather. Actually, my voice.
Glad you're not dead.
My voice is a little sore now, but I think I'm coming down with something. It's not the Rona, but
Are you done with the sickness?
no.
Boss.
Chocolate starfish, yeah.
That
Takes
sounds
the
like a
popcorn,
terrible
waiting for the
idea.
fireworks. Oh, if you're looking for fireworks, you're gonna. It's pretty explosive at the end. There are some surprises, and you can still vote on the YouTube channel. Go under community, and you can vote on all the polls for the best game. And Try Hard, the Try Hard one is pretty surprising. People are picking one game over another, and I'm not saying I'm surprised, but pleasantly surprised, I guess I would say. Yes, November 19th. Chaos knows. Chaos knows. Yeah, November 19th is when that'll part 1 will drop, and we have 2 special presenters the week after that we will let you know who they are. I think we did last week. I'm not sure. I was so blind with rage last week. I don't know what we spoke about, but I have a friend that can hear you through my headphones. You also put COD in there as a joke. Yeah, I did. And that's the ironic part.
Because it's a piece of cod and not the fish kind.
We will go over that in C cubed today. Chieftain's Campers Corner.
Oh no.
C cubed. You like that? C cubed.
Yeah,
Yeah, math. Anyways,
That's hard.
math is hard. There's a lot of great subjects that Oni and Oni actually just.
I didn't try any.
I know that we're going to be talking about Raccoon City trailer. We'll be talking about this right here. I don't know if you guys want to talk about this next.
Uh-oh.
You guys want to talk about this next?
Let's talk Towers of Running. Let's go. Okay.
Yeah, let's roll with it.
Yes, Chaos. It will be a Campers Corner this week. No sponsors this
I
week.
know that. General Kenobi.
Just millennial tears.
But I don't know. I don't know if you guys heard a lot about something that just broke yesterday. Actually, did you guys hear about this?
Obi-Wan.
Here's this. I just love the concept art, and this is from. We got this covered. This is from Kenobi.
You said we got this cut. Man,
What?
we got this covered as a terrible site. They're nothing but rumor, like
But
half-assed rumor
but
mill.
This has been confirmed over multiple sources. So
Well,
this is
if you're
just the
going to be
concept.
talking about,
This is the concept drawing, though. They have asked it has been confirmed. It has been confirmed. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen are reprising their roles in Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they will be fighting each other in Kenobi. They'll be fighting in the first season. Hayden Christensen will be in the Vader suit. It's confirmed.
Well, I mean, he has to be.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. All right.
Just don't
All
fuck it
right.
up.
I'm gonna put my thoughts in.
Here's the teaser.
Okay, throw some sand and salt on it.
I'm gonna throw some pennies into the ring with this one. First of all, I feel like what was it? Hayden Christensen? Is that?
Yep.
Am I thinking of the right person? I'm trying to debate on that one. Yes,
Yeah,
it's Hayden Christensen. He got kind of sort of the shaft when it comes down to it in his role, but the fact that he's being given a second chance is fucking awesome. Ewan McGregor, I'm sorry, he just needs to be the one for this, okay? that I'll say. But my problem, and I'm gonna turn my hat around or whatever you want to say, because I'm about to throw some of this salt. My problem with it is,
Stop. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's Darth Maul.
Ooh, Darth Maul.
yes, Darth Maul.
Do they show the 1,000 worms though? Do they show them? I'm gonna stop. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, anyways, my problem, my overall problem with this, and I don't even know if it's really much of a problem because I'm all about that. You know, look, go ahead, take creative liberties, but fucking pay respects at least. But the way I feel about this is that you're kind
That's
of
not the right Darth Maul, though.
you're kind of fucking around with the lore here, because Vader and Obi-Wan don't see each other after the last time they look at each other when it comes down to
That's CGI. What the hell?
oh wow.
Yeah, that's a mix. Some of those were fan films. I know that because one of my friends and I watched it.
The Vader
Disney.
one where he's sitting there, half like that is a fan film, isn't it?
And that Darth Maul
Disney.
scene, that is a fan film because what happens is Maul's on another planet and he finds some Jedi and their Padawans and he fucking slaughters them all.
So I pulled
Now,
the
granted,
wrong teaser trailer.
No, it's most likely what happened is it's Disney freaking dipping their hands in the pot and stealing content because it's all copyrighted to Disney anyways. They've been known for doing that shit.
So let's break it down. Mace Windu, Darth Maul.
Definitely
Here's the thing.
Vader and
Definitely Vader.
Obi-Wan.
Okay, so
See,
Mace Windu
I
is...
should have said something beforehand before you guys started like systematically fucking destroying everything like you usually do with anything Disney and Star Wars. But I feel it's only fair because I do it with anime. But yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let me finish what I was saying. Like personally, I love the idea of an Obi-Wan Kenobi, solo run. The problem, like I'm of two minds of it because I have a problem with it, but at the same time, I love seeing the chance to have Obi-Wan and Vader have epic fucking throwdown fights. Problem is they never cross paths again after Anakin becomes Darth Vader. That's my problem with it.
Is it a dream sequence then? Like some things that I tell
No,
my storytelling
I doubt
students
that.
do not do it. And then I woke up and it was a dream. Don't fucking do that.
What could have you could say it was if what happened was Obi-Wan used Farsight, which is a force ability in the role-playing game.
Is it established that Kenobi has it?
I'd have to double check.
Okay, I don't know if I'd call it Farsight, but it is established that light side Jedis have the capabilities of seeing the future through visions. It is it's pretty much a light side exclusive ability. It's established in the Darth Revan story arcs. Towards the end of one of the stories, not Darth Revan, but what's his name? It's not Sidious. Is it Sidious?
Darth Freight.
It's the Dark Jedi Master's apprentice actually turns to the light side briefly to side with Revan before he is killed. Not killed. He is put in. He's basically put in a force coma.
What is that showing, Oni?
This is the Star Wars role-playing game character sheet. On it is far-seeing. Far-seeing, if you let me explain, is a form of looking into the future. It is not totally accurate because, like other things in the Force, nothing is set in stone. So, I would have to double-check with my friends who happen to be Star Wars nerds who have the stats on these characters to see if you can use Farsight. If I recall, you don't have to have points in order to use it.
That's traditional tabletop rules. You just take a penalty when you roll for it.
So we're going on the basis of tabletop rules and not actual lore? I'm confused.
Okay, look, the Star Wars role-playing game.
I'm sorry, I meant Hero, sorry.
Okay, the Star Wars role-playing game is based on lore and canon built into the general expanded universe. by a general expanded universe, it's hard to really tell what's canon and what's not anymore because Disney went and
true.
shat on everything and said the expanded universe is no longer canon. And then they turned around and reneged, calling it Legends instead. So basically, the Star Wars role-playing game it's got basic D&D rules woven into it, but all of the abilities and everything in the Star Wars game, you can use skills that you don't have ability points spent in them, but you take a penalty when you roll. So that would mean that technically anybody could use the Farsight ability based off of this, whatever the rules go into the Farsight ability. Just it wouldn't be as skilled as somebody who's trained in it.
That one does show with the icons, you need to have been trained with somebody to be able to use it. But the other prerequisite is you have to have that type of Force family of abilities. They base them off of either sense,
Schools of magic,
sort of like schools of magic.
Great
But again,
I am a great
Farsight is not fully accurate. Farsight shows you're dipping into the Force, which is an amalgamation of light, dark, and everything in between. So with that being said, what you could be seeing could be accurate to what is going to happen, but it could also be based on things that may come to pass.
So
true.
You can also have it influenced by a dark.
The light side of the Force is not technically a light side of the Force because Jedis are the biggest fucking liars and manipulators of everything. Because let me explain. What they need to get what they want. They use Jedi mind tricks. They force people to do things that they don't want to do if they're weak-minded. The Sith actually tell the truth, and they don't lie. If you consider lying with omission, then yes. But they're actually more truthful in their everyday life and actions. So technically speaking, the Jedis are fucking liars, and the Siths are actually the better of the two sides of the Force.
Damn.
Actually, the Gen Sarai are. The Gen Sarai are.
The Grey Jedi actually are. But they're
the Gen Sarai can be considered a type of Grey Jedi depending on who you speak to.
Right.
The truth
that's based on there is no dark side or light side. There's just the Force, which is why I relate more to that, because it's completely unrealistic to be totally good or totally bad. It's a linear construct that doesn't exist in nature. It's just not. It's like either you're more good or more bad. You're always like a cocktail of the two, right?
So if you really want to get down to it, the Sith actually are more power driven. Their methods of acknowledgement. Yeah. Mm-hmm. If you want to talk about the dark side versus the light side, then it's more correct to say that the dark side is more power driven. Their entire culture is focused.
Did you read the chat? Did you just read
That's awesome.
The Jedi's kidnapped children. They're like, so what you're saying is Harvey Weinstein is a fucking Jedi.
Oh, there we go.
The Jedi didn't used to take only children. They used to take adults. However, as time went on, they became more restricted. Which is why when Luke came to power as the master, he changed the rules. He basically said, look, if you want to have a family, you can go have a family. You are still people. You just we follow a more strict code on how we want to exist, how we choose to behave ourselves. It's not about no emotion versus all emotion. It's about finding balance with yourself within your own individual path in the Jedi, which is why
Jedi are basically Shaolin monks, and the combination of Shaolin monks and samurais in one. If you think about it, it's more of an Eastern culture concept, even with the way they look.
That is such an amalgamation of both cultures.
The reason that is a thing is because George Lucas wanted to have that medieval, sword swinging theme within his lore. He was inspired by, knights in the Code of Honor.
Yeah. He was also inspired by fascism in Nazi Germany, because there's a huge, huge influence on that of course, being Jewish, there is that Empire stormtroopers. For God's sake, they're called stormtroopers. It's a linear. It's a linear depiction of reality. Like, that's what they were called in Nazi Germany. So there's a lot of these, like, I think you're absolutely right. There's like a cross section of lore. He wants the sword wielding type of stuff with Eastern culture combined with what happened in the 1940s, in the late 30s. So I have a very linear storyline.
I mean, Lucas actually said that a lot of his inspiration for the Jedi Order and the councils and everything came from, the Knights Code of Honor from medieval eras. So I mean, that's my source for that. The rest of the stuff was kind of actually that's actually pretty interesting that you say that, because I had no idea.
I've seen the original trilogy more times than I care to discuss, because that's the greatest trilogy. Come at me, bro. Not episode 1, 2. It's the greatest trilogy. Come at me, bro. Not episode 1, 2, and 3, but 4, 5, and 6 are the best 3 in my opinion. Of course, that's my generation, and like the old, it's like, oh, I love Jar Jar Binks. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you do.
Look, I'll be honest. I didn't care for the episodes 1, 2, and 3 as much. I liked them, but they weren't, amazing to me that I had to see them multiple times. I've seen the 4, 5, and 6 more times than I can count too. So.
Episode 1 sucks. You want to hear something, Chaos? I fell asleep during episode 1. It's so goddamn long. I like the second time around, I fell asleep during episode 1, which is a cardinal sin. But yeah, what are you gonna say, Oni?
Which time?
The one before this one.
You mean the fact that you said it was so long, and then I said that's what she said, or?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say something else. You just being a smartass. Never mind. Fuck you then.
No, I said something else before that.
That's what she said.
All right. Let me.
I didn't hear what you said. I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
It's the fact that the original 3 felt like they had a sense of optimism. There was sense of suspense, a sense of danger, but there was still a light at the end of the tunnel. With the 1, 2, and 3, it's kind of like when you're playing Deus Ex, the originals, which first one apparently was good, second one was apparently not. So, yeah, sorry about that. But when you play the prequels, you already know what's going to happen. You already know what the end game is going to be. The end game is going to be what transpires in the originals. So you have to live up to that standard of what sets up that world. You are making a world, but your world is now having to prep for the other one that everyone already knows. So where the original trilogy was, we're already in the midst of this chaos and this turmoil, and we find this sort of magic within ourselves and within others, and we're able to start to rebuild and start to heal. The first 3, it was turmoil, a lot of drama, unfortunately not that great written drama either, but you know how it's going to end. You know Anakin's going to turn to the dark side. So it's just,
spoiler.
How are they going to do?
Fucking spoiler.
Spoiler, right? I didn't know that. Like, come on.
But how do you make that feel fresh? How do you still surprise somebody or really impress them with your presentation when they already know the end result? That's what's really difficult. And I'm not saying that they're...
The irony in that, Oni, that you point out that we already know that Anakin's going to turn to the dark side. The irony in that is one of my best friends actually had his wife, sat down and had his wife watch in sequence the Star Wars, the initial 6.
Wait. Because the initial 6. So she watched it the right way. 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then 7, 8, 9.
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh,
in sequence
oh,
because
like
she
the-
had never
the
watched Star Wars
chronological
before.
sequence, okay.
She had never seen Star Wars before. And it was so absolutely hilarious to hear him retelling her reaction to the scene where Anakin turns to the dark side. And she was like, "Babe, the kids get away, right? Right?" And he's like, "I'm gonna go get a beer real quick." but babe, the kids.
Anakin doesn't give a shit. It's too
And-
late for the kids.
And,
Except for Grogu, they saved that guy. I
and
still
then
love
He's
Grogu.
when
blind-
he
he's bli-
described
he's
her
blind by that
reaction,
former queen puss.
when he described her reaction to when it's revealed that Anakin is in the Vader suit, she about shit a brick.
No, oh, no, I'm Tin Man.
All right.
Okay,
But
I need to know. This has been bugging me for a while now. I was told that in order
Agreed, Dark.
to use the ability Affect Mind, which is essentially the Jedi mind trick, it's called Affect Mind. You have to use the Force, no shit. But you're essentially, when you're using the Force, you are manipulating the midichlorians available to do this, right? So that's what you're doing. I was told by my friends that in order to do this, you have to wave your hand. However, following this logic that you have to wave your hand to use things like Mind Trick or Affect Mind, when
Metachlorians
Vader
actually held
force
in the
chokes
balls.
that one motherfucker when you first meet Vader on the Death Star.
huh? Say that again. Chief was talking over you.
Yeah, one more time.
So if you have to wave your hand, if you're going to use Affect Mind, if you're going to use Force Choke like Vader did, again, on the Death Star, when you first see him, where someone's talking smack, and he's like, bitch. If he doesn't have real hands, they have been mechanical at that point for like 20 years. How can you do it if he doesn't have hands?
I have an answer.
And if you say D's nuts, so help me, I will
It's
leave this
true.
fuck.
Metachlorians live within the testicles in male Jedi. It's fucking
You know,
true.
okay, goodbye.
That's what it is. So he's got to swing his dick around to do the
Oh, no.
the Jedi mind trick.
He just got off. Ladies and gentlemen, Oni has left the building.
Did she leave?
Yes, she was.
You broke it.
So essentially, he's got to swing his dick around.
Yeah, and essentially he has to, go maybe not fuck his daughters.
Whoa.
But I actually seriously, that's what I heard. Like, joking aside, because they would make no sense. Like, wouldn't he have less metachlorians if he's got less body parts?
Effectively, the metachlorians are in your bloodstream.
Right.
And then how would females be able to use the Force if they don't fucking have those?
I'm so glad you asked that question.
And I'm so glad I don't give a shit about your answer.
Well, then why
How does
ask
your-
it?
how does
It's
your
not
RPG
rhetorical
work?
because you want
How
the
does your
answer.
RPG work?
It's not in their boobs. It's in their uteri.
No, it's not. Anyways, by the way, Vader had higher midichlorian count than anyone ever recorded. That's why he was so powerful. That's why he was seen as the chosen one.
Anyway,
Shit about it.
Oh.
the shit we go through every week.
It's not a podcast if there's no dick jokes.
Apparently.
Yes.
And I am the biggest dick of all.
Yeah, you gotta overcompensate for something.
That is true. You saw the meme. Oh, yeah, that's right. You don't have Twitter. I think he might have saw
Doesn't
it
even fucking listen to his own jokes.
Instagram. Vader has less body parts and metachlorians. That's why he hasn't. That's why he wasn't as bullshit as Anakin was. Apparently, he couldn't even access half his power when he has the suit. Ah, okay.
I mean, yeah,
Also,
he did lose a lot of blood and a lot of his body.
He was in a constant state. The suit put him in a constant state of pain. It was designed by the Emperor to keep it was the suit's not meant to be comfortable. It was kind of like, I don't know, there was pins in it or something that caused him pain. So that way he was in a constant state of uncomfortability. So he would consistently use the dark side of the Force.
By tapping into the darker side of the Force, which is not about good versus evil, it's about negativity versus positivity, which are not necessarily bad. It's the fact that it draws on powerful emotions. Pain is a powerful emotion. Also, by using Dark Force so often, according to RPG rules, it does affect you. There are physical things that happen to you after a certain point. If you gain too many dark side points, your eyes turn red.
Yes!
You start taking certain types of damage.
I look like a cosplay girl then.
Sith abilities, dark side abilities don't come at a free cost. They do have a price tag if you keep leeching off of it so often.
Depending on which part of the expanded universe you reference, on the one hand, the dark side's powers cause actual rot to your body, hence why Darth Maul's teeth were disgusting and his eyes were yellow.
He was a Dathomirian Zabrak. That's gonna fucking happen. He was made of like half Sith witch magic.
Yeah,
not
true.
that I.
Is that from the Clone Wars? Because I think I remember seeing that in the Clone Wars somewhere.
Which one?
Don't remember.
Animated ones.
No, like which fact are you talking about that you saw it in the Clone Wars?
The female parts of Darth Maul. I never watched the entire Clone Wars, so.
They were in the Clone Wars, if I recall. I think they were also shown on in the comics. The Night Sisters basically ruled Dathomir. Dathomir was always a dark side planet. I don't know if it had a dark side nexus or anything.
The females were stronger, right?
I'm sorry?
The females were stronger.
Night Sisters were only females.
No, the race, Darth Maul's race, the female parts of that race were stronger, right?
Not necessarily. It's strength. The way I think I know what you're trying to say, but this is not an apples to apples kind of comparison.
Okay, gotcha.
Night Sisters were Sith witches, so they didn't necessarily have to be a certain race, to my knowledge. Don't quote me on that. Dathomirian Zabraks, like Darth Maul, were only male. Females did not exist of that species. Zabraks are originally from Iridonia, but there were some that were sent to Dathomir some time ago, and Night Sisters used Sith alchemy and Sith magic basically to modify them into slaves. Some of which are the type of slaves you really don't want to hear. So essentially, they were very, very proficient in dark side abilities. Darth Maul was chosen amongst some of these Dathomirian Zabrak boys and turned into a Sith assassin, basically. These women were incredibly powerful in the Sith arts. They were basically allowed to rule their planet however they saw fit. Very tribal. This is where Rancors come from, if I recall.
Oh, yeah.
Probably the most famous Night Sister was Mother Talzin. I do believe she shows up in the Clone Wars. But the Night Sisters had their own set of problems to deal with. If I recall, aside from, of course, you've got, infighting going on in your tribes, it's the fact that they basically wanted to be able to practice what they saw was the right way to study the Force, and yet everyone else is trying to tell them not to. So in a way, you could kind of see it, I guess, as a way to talk about feminism, where it's like it looks bad to other people, but if it works for them, is it really bad? I don't know. Night Sisters are an interesting group of people, but Dathomir and Zabrak are slightly manufactured in a way.
All evil women clan. Sounds like some people I know.
Third wave feminism brought to you by.
We used to go hunt them in Star Wars Galaxy because, they dropped good shit. But they also used Force Lightning, which was, hurt.
Yeah, by the way, Sith witches can basically fly.
I don't think they flew in the game, but they were
Not in
a
the
pain in
game.
the ass.
Sith magic allows you to use certain abilities that basically makes you fly. Or you can use spider walk, which makes you walk on walls, which I'm sure must be so fun at Christmas parties.
Spider-Man! Yeah! Spider-Man and Star
I was
Wars
thinking
universe.
of, what was it? The Conjuring woman crawling backwards up the wall, having her head
I just
turn
had a
180.
visual of Oni doing that.
Please
We
don't.
gotta do that on a green screen. We gotta do that on a green screen for like a promotion.
Make it look real, just kind of faded in there, that would
like
be.
have her head turn around. He's like, "I got you, bitch."
How to be obnoxious 101.
Awards, bitch. By the way, if you didn't see the new Chappelle stand-up, it's great. I know we spoke about it, but I finally saw it last week. It was really good.
I'd say.
I love how it basically just turned into a Star Wars shitfest.
It's okay, because I predicted that happening. So.
I'm good with that. I mean, and I love how we basically just tore apart that trailer and were able to pick out all the things that are wrong with it.
I thought I made a mistake.
Did he really die? I mean, he was kind of.
Well, that's the same thing with Squid Game, but yeah.
Yeah, but he was force pushed out a window on Coruscant, which would be many, 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 many stories. So he's probably fucking dead. Oh, great. Can we just keep talking about Star Wars? It's a lot less depressing than this.
So here we go.
Oh!
And, we have a special guest coming in for this. Kind of. Yeah. So, Zombie Killer, what do you think about this new game? This new movie coming out?
You bitches are amazing.
I agree. And what do you think about the people who are not going to like this film?
Bitches be thirsty.
Interesting. And what if they really, really hate the trailer?
I'll slap the shit out of you.
Okay. But what if they don't shut up about it?
Get muted, bitch.
But what if I continue to talk about it and like you can't think of a way to shut me up?
Tell Chieftain I can't hear him.
Very interesting. Thank you so much. So anyways, moving on.
Improved.
That's what happens when you have voice drops to people that are not on the podcast anymore. You can continue to use it. Oh no, it's Mute a Mouth.
Uh-oh.
It's Mute a Mouth 2000 Dark Nova Dragon 07 just redeemed the Mute a Mouth. So Resident Evil Raccoon City.
Would you mute?
Chief. Okay, fantastic. All right, so go ahead and take that over, Hero. Resident Evil. I also have a trailer.
Just play, damn it.
I'm surprised Raccoon City hasn't, pissed anybody off, just in general, with the woke society. But we won't go there.
Push play.
Push play, motherfucker.
Come on. I'm nervous. I'll put it that way. Oh.
Every story has a beginning. Discover the origin of evil.
Okay.
Why are you back here, Claire? Your conspiracies weren't true when we were kids. They're not true now.
We need to expose Umbrella.
Watch this.
I'm afraid, Claire. I'm afraid of what they're gonna do to this town.
Hey, it's a.
See, Umbrella, they had an incident. I'm talking Chernobyl, if you know what I mean. People are getting sick. You gotta help us, Claire. Let the world know what's really going on.
25 years and my life is still
We have to contain this.
trying to get up that great big
Good
hill
luck.
of hope
Shall we go?
for a destination into a crisis times when I'm
How's that song fit?
just to get it all out what's in my
Or is keep them playing?
I am feeling
What were Umbrella doing here?
This is where they're experimenting on him.
a little peculiar
Split up.
into a wicked
I know what they're trying to do.
mind. I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream to the top of my lungs, what's going on?
Why?
What the?
Why that song?
I call it.
I think they're trying to make it so it's ironic. The fact that this does take place all on the same night.
Yeah, this. If you really want to get down to it, a movie is gonna have to encompass Resident Evil 1 and 2 because
3. You need actually. It would have to encompass Resident Evil 1, Resident Evil 2, Resident Evil 3, Resident Evil Outbreaks, File 1 and 2. So that's 5 fucking games you gotta encompass in one movie. If you want to be
I don't see. I wasn't tracking that many. I knew it was 1 and 2 specifically to cover this particular event because you have the event in the mansion and the event with the STARS unit that came in.
Well, technically 3 can't take place on the same day because Jill shows up in both of them. The Arklay Mountains sort of. I could have sworn they said Arklay Mountains takes place at the same time as Raccoon City because they both get kaboom. But I don't hate this, okay? I don't want it to seem like I hate this. I understand what they're trying to do stylistically. They're trying to give it that nitty-gritty 90s feel, early 2000s. They're trying to get that grungy, gritty look. And it's working, okay? I'm not saying they're failing at that. A lot of the costume choices, the costume design, the sets look pretty good. I mean, it's kind of hard to see on the screen this big. They're trying to reenact iconic scenes from the game. You know, the first time you see a Crimson Head, or first time you see a zombie turn around, and then you're like, oh, fuck, that's a zombie. You know, or the tanker truck flipping over.
Yeah, I felt kind of weird with the narrative that they chose to make. Because the first Resident Evil gets introduced with effectively that tanker event with the tanker flipping over, and that's where Claire and Leon meet, right?
Yes, I think. Leon was running late on his first day on the job. Good job, young Leon. And then he finds out.
I don't think it was. He was running late. It's like he showed up, and the rest of his team wasn't supposed to be there that day. They were all off. I remember this kind of because they actually had this little this little solve the puzzle to get the key to your desk event.
Oh, that's some fuck you. I don't need a fucking.
Go step on a Lego.
They muted you, Oni.
Oh wow. Oh.
Why would you choose Oni though?
Right? I mean, that soda's a dick. I'd mute that bastard.
But no, that's I'm sorry, sir. I'm gonna have to say not at this point in time because Oni and I were talking.
I was gonna say, yeah, they were kind of like, I'm staying out of this one, you know, like.
But I just I remember that event in particular because there's just the moments where you get to the office where Leon's supposed to sit and it's you see a note, and it says, "Hey, rookie, this is your welcome to your first day on the job. This is your desk. We decided to give you a little puzzle to solve as kind of a welcome to the team thing, so that you can open your desk. And you got to go through all the. It's literally a get to know your team, little team building exercise. You learn their names and all this stuff, and you put the puzzle together, and that earns you the key." Sorry, sir. Attempt to make it the Hero and Soda show failed. But that gives you the key, and then you unlock your desk and you get some really useful items out of that. But I don't think he was running late per se. It was more of a he showed up a day early. Really? Huh. I don't know. Like I said, I'm kind of two minds about it because
Wow.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you. So basically, Oni, what I was saying is that they want to make all the 7 movies into one movie because it's a cash grab, and it's coming out the same time as Ghostbusters, so it's not going to really be as popular. And that's what Oni was nodding about.
I don't know, because they didn't do well with the original Resident Evil run for the live actions, so that seems entirely in the vein of correct. But at the same time, another side of me is looking at some of this trailer, and it seems like they're staying truer to the original storyline, which is what gives me pause. And I look at it and I want to see this, but at the same time, I'm looking at the cast they chose, the character design they're choosing, because why did they pick that guy for Leon? He don't even seem, I don't know, he doesn't even have the right hair color. Like
Bastards.
I think Nova's right on that. Like, gotta wait for the other person to be off 5 minutes. Yeah.
No,
it's like a 5-minute major in hockey. And then Chaos says, "But the Hero and Soda show."
I don't know. It feels like we'd just be staring at each other a little bit.
It's like awkward silences.
Yeah.
Be like, yeah, okay, yeah. Honestly, I'm not a big Resident Evil fan, so it would have been a bad time to make it the Hero.
Neither would I, but I was listening attentively what Oni was saying, and I think she was hinting around to it, so that's why I wanted to sum up what she was saying.
My sister always played the Resident Evils. I don't know why. My sister, that's like the only game she played. Like, really weird. So I just let her have
a couple of people like that. Like, even Resident Evil 4 wasn't. I felt like was panned as far as games went for in general. Not necessarily that everybody hated it, but in general, a general consensus is people didn't like 4 that much. And I know that some of the hardcore fans were like, "No, shut up! This is a fucking amazing game!" And playing the shit out of it. Is her 5 minutes up yet? Because I'd
Yes,
rather
it is
hear
up.
her than
It is
watch
up.
her
I
miming.
think it is.
She is out of jail.
All right, what were you
They
saying,
feel
Oni?
pretty hard.
Are you sure Resident Evil 4 did badly? Because everywhere I've heard and read, it was the most popular Resident Evil game ever.
I don't know. I felt like a lot. I felt like there was a general number of people, not like maybe necessarily a lot. It could have just been the people I was around at the time that didn't like it.
Given what I've seen, given how long it's been out, I'm pretty sure a lot of the numbers have said it was the best-selling, best-received Resident Evil game made up to that point, and if not ever.
I just remember tricking my friends into shooting the water and having the water monster bite his head off.
Wow.
Like, I heard if you shot the water that you'd get an Easter egg. Yeah, it was a damn Easter egg, all right. Leon had his head chopped off.
Chaos makes a good point here. Resident Evil 4 has speedy zombies. That's what I remember it for. But I don't think there ever should be the option for a speedy zombie. They should never ever have the ability to run. In my opinion, they are fucking dead. They cannot run.
Well, here's the thing: Resident Evil 4 zombies weren't zombies. They weren't zombies in 4. They were freaking necrotic parasites that would take over the body.
Plagas. They're called plagas.
My
Lost
temporary
Plagas
suspense of reality stops,
parasite.
of which have they the ability to run.
You do realize that Crimson Heads are essentially the running type zombies, and they're very difficult to kill, right?
Which is why I don't like Resident Evil, because it's not a realistic zombie. That's why I never played
Then
those
you
games,
need to
'cause
light
they're
the bodies
dumb.
on fire.
They're dumb.
Cremation. That's how you make sure people are dead.
Walking Dead is the right type of zombie for me. End of story.
Then why do we? I'm not going to say that. That would be offensive to too many people.
Thought we had a broken filter on this show.
I mean
we
if
still
we
have
could play
songs.
Let's Go Brandon, I don't think anyone's going to stop us from doing anything else.
I mean, have you seen what's in society now? They're pretty slow. This seems too much like the M. Night Shyamalan movie that I will not mention, where they tried to cram a season of an entire show into one movie. If you really wanted to tell a cohesive Raccoon City story, you would need an entire season to do so.
Well, let me enlighten you, Oni. There was a recent run, an animated run of Resident Evil that was supposed to be a retelling of the story in animated format from the beginning. I'm not sure how it did. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but I know that it's happening. I also know that there was a live action series in the works, and for some reason, Wesker is a black man.
Well, technically, that could be possible because the Wesker series children were experiments. Wesker was a child project on genetic mutations, and he was one of the only survivors. They were supposed to be incredibly intelligent, incredibly durable, fit, physically able. So he wasn't the only one. He was just one of the most successful. Now I will say, maybe that actor is. He walked into the studio and they were like, "Oh shit, that's Albert Wesker. That's our Albert Wesker. That's our Albert Wesker."
I mean, it could be, but
the thing is we don't know yet. I mean, I don't want to just go for shooting from the hip if we don't even have much information, because I mean, so many projects are being canceled and restarted and put on hiatus again. I mean, how many times were we told there's going to be a Five Nights at Freddy's movie? How many times were we told there's going to be a Halo movie, BioShock movie?
Well, there was an animated run of Halo, so.
Okay, yeah, whoop-de-doo. I don't recall the Master Chief was in it. Oh, by the way, Dr. Squatch has been soap.
There was several Master Chiefs, by the way. Well, they weren't all
Yeah,
Master
it's
Chiefs.
It's rank in the Navy. That means
I know, it's
chieftain-
funny.
Chieftain stolen valor confirmed.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Whoa.
Oh, shots fired.
Wow.
But no,
cunty.
there were let me rephrase that. It wasn't several Master Chiefs. There were several of the super soldier of the type that Master Chief was, but they were called the Spartans. There were a lot of Spartans. It was a massive unit, and they were awesome. And the animated show covered all of them, and it was actually pretty cool. Now, mind you, I'm not really a Halo fan like that, so
Yeah,
My-
the only
my enjoyment of Halo started and ended with Halo 2.
You want my griff ball back there?
Fucking
the only
Griffball.
experience I have with Halo, aside from like skimming through the lore, was me going to a friend's house, and we all decided let's play Halo. I don't remember which one, so don't ask. And so we were just, of course, playing, free for all, kick each other's ass. Just what you do. And I just found something. I'm like, oh, cool, I got a thing. I can barely move because it's not like I saw a tutorial on this shit. So I'm just kind of running around looking like I've got nothing better to do. So I found this thing, and then I see somebody on the screen. I'm like, oh, cool, let me just use it. And they're like, oh shit, she found the super sledge. I'm like, okay, cool, I'm gonna go hit more people.
Jump with a rocket launcher and kill everybody. That was my.
I wanted this. I typed on because I'm like, look, I can actually do something. And I'm like, oh wow, there goes the body.
I would find Chieftain and I camp in a corner and shoot him.
And I think the phrase is, and I quote, teabag him.
Teabag, yeah. Halo is
Laser
where teabagging
sword
originated.
for the win.
Space.
Floppy stamp.
Imagine Oni quick scoping campers. She doesn't play
Imagine
shooting
if
games.
actually
She doesn't know what a
played
gun
those
looks like in those games.
Uh,
She plays single player. She doesn't really play team players.
Nice save, Chieftain. Nice save. You're about to get that deadly stare.
No, she doesn't play
I
team
own a
games
Nerf
anymore. She
version
plays
of the Needler.
Needler, yeah. I think
Well-
you'll like this. Nerf is actually coming out with a Needler Nerf gun.
They already did.
Yeah, it's
I
out.
own
Yeah.
it.
You have it?
I bought it like 4 fucking years ago.
It's a redesign. There's a new one.
Yeah, well, I have the original one. Go fuck off.
By Blammo.
Oh God.
My parents are trying to convince me to buy something I don't need because I need to save money first. I'll explain to you after the show. Because YouTube might demonetize us.
Stop being a fucking. I censored that one.
We should just make a list of things Oni can't be saying on stream, and it's just, or doing on stream. The list is just gonna get longer and longer. We can do an end of the year review. Things that Oni has to make sure she doesn't do before we get fucking yeeted off the platform.
Okay, sir. I'll cover that. I'm not sure if it really fits our brand, but censorship is something we do talk about. So I'll talk about that.
We're also going to buy Oni Battlefield 2041.
No.
What she reacts
2042.
to that. 42, sorry.
It's coming out at midnight where I'll be playing it, so.
I don't care. I don't have internet, so I won't be able to download it.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. You don't have a computer
I
to
would
play it, so that would do fucking point.
That brings us.
You can do commentary, though.
Yeah.
Commentary.
You can actually.
Yeah, here's the commentary. It's shit. Next.
Video games brings us to our next subject, the Oculus. Facebook is actually kind of shying away from that, and they're kind of opening up the Oculus Quest 2 to.
Oh yeah, I did
other
point that out
platforms.
earlier.
Yeah.
From Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I'm talking about that. They were originally going to have a requirement for all users to have a Facebook account effective. It was like 2023. And now they're saying that requirement is no longer going to be a thing because they want to open the brand up, widen its horizons. I think they
Yeah,
got
no
enough.
shit, because they realized how expensive the Oculus is in this freaking day and age, and that people may not really want to. And oh, hang on. There are gonna be people who can't freaking use it because of one reason or another. They can't fucking use it. Maybe it's because they don't have a full set of eyes. Maybe it's because they have
Get a job,
serious
buy some eyes.
So
Maybe they have-
no, the main concern